Well, good day, my friends. Our reading today is Amos chapters 1 to 5. Now, Amos was a layman. He was a shepherd, and yet God used him as a prophet. I think this is significant because oftentimes we think we have to be an apostle, a prophet, an evangelist, a pastor, or a teacher in order for God to use us, but that's not the case. He will use anybody that's willing, and Amos was willing. And he lived during the same time and prophesied during the same time as Isaiah and Micah for the southern kingdom of Judah. And also he was a contemporary of Hosea in the northern kingdom to Israel. Now, he prophesied during a very prosperous time of Israel. They were doing well on the outside, but on the inside, they were not following the principles of God's words. And so God used Amos. Now, I think it's important for us to point out a few scriptures here that apply to us today. First of all, in chapter number 5, he says this in verse number 5. Seek me and live. God is speaking now. Seek me and live. Do not seek Bethel or Beersheba and Gilgal. In other words, only I can give salvation, not your historical markers or cities and so on. Then over in chapter number 6, seek the Lord, chapter 5, verse 6, seek the Lord and live. Verse number 14, same chapter, seek God, good and not evil, that you may live. So the only way we can have life is to seek the Lord. Now we back up to chapter number 4, and we see that much of Israel were not seeking the Lord. They were following their own desires. So God was going to punish them. So in verse number 6 of chapter number 4, it talks about some of the punishments that were to come, yet, or that he had already given, yet you did not return to me, declares the Lord. Again, verse 8, he gave punishments, and he said, yet you did not return to me, declares the Lord. Verse 9, yet you did not return to me, declares the Lord. Verse 10, yet you did not return to me, declares the Lord. Verse 11, yet you did not return to me, declares the Lord. 5 times the Lord was dealing with them to return, to come back, and they would not do it. Now, friends, I don't know. All of us have sinned. We've fallen short of the glory of God. The scripture tells us that. But when we do, we must return to God. We must return to him. And I don't know what your status is and how your life is spiritually, but I want to say, if you've been straying, you need to return to him, or there's going to be death. Only he gives life. Well, God bless you. Have a wonderful day. We'll see you again tomorrow. Bye-bye.